are you all able to gauge what the fans are so fascinated by in those characters? I mean, they follow them with such, you know, avid anticipation.
Their support is extraordinary for the whole thing. I think it all stems from the story Anna's created, because they've all kind of been there with that same passion since, and obviously now we've been lucky enough to bring it to screen. It's just kind of grown, and it still is growing. So yeah, it's crazy. They are amazing.
Can we talk about your character then just a little bit, without, you know, spoiling it for the audience, but obviously they're very familiar with the initial two played by Hero and Josephine. You know, you come and spoil it for the couple.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, I definitely don't think that Trevor thinks he's spoiling it. I think that he probably thinks he's helping. He's a very professionally minded, kind of upwardly mobile man who's looking to better himself and better his friends' lives and do a lot of good in that way. And so he sees Tessa and kind of becomes fascinated with her, and I think that they share a lot of qualities. But in that way, I don't think he's trying to, you know, mess anything up. I think he only thinks he's trying to improve a situation or helping in a way, and that's kind of who he is. He's in many ways the antithesis of Horton.
Have you guys read a lot of young adult novels when you were younger, and which ones in particular? What makes them so popular?
I'm ashamed to say I haven't read as much as I wish I did when I was, or at least in that space, you know, with a young adult. But yeah, I'm gonna go with John Green and them.
Yeah, I think if Jo's ashamed with her reading CV, I'm pretty ashamed of mine. I'm not the most avid reader. I think reading a lot of scripts makes you less, you know, but that's actually no excuse for why I didn't read enough growing up. So I need another excuse. Yeah, I should read a lot more. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if I read any young adult novels, maybe outside of the Hunger Games, which I guess you could consider kind of a young adult, which I quite liked actually. But I read a lot of fantasy novels and horror novels and comics and played a lot of video games. So I'm not necessarily the right one to ask, but my girlfriend is quite the opposite from me, and she watches obsessively all of these types of films and reads all of this type of stuff. And so she's definitely kept me up to speed.
I just remembered, I think I've read the last book of the Hunger Games and the last book of Harry Potter, and only because I saw the films that I wanted to know what happened next.
You only read the last ones?
I know, but it was, I mean, because they're great.
That's books, masochistic.
Yeah, I was going to
say. As independent books, and it worked.
I see. Makes sense.
There's great anticipation, obviously, for the sequel of After to come out after We Collided. How excited are you, and how much was the first one kind of, you know, a stepstone to the second one, if you see what I mean? How much did the first one inform the second video?
And so the first one is definitely different than the second one for sure. And the first one is very different than what the novel was. So for me, it was really fun to be able to like bring it back to the After that the fans know and love and that I created. The first one was kind of the sweet intro, and the second one is like in your face. It's a very different movie, but in the best way. I'm really excited for the fans to see it because they will immediately, you can tell from the first 10 seconds of the movie that we really took their opinions in consideration. So I'm really excited for the reactions.
With Dylan, tell me about your excitement into joining the franchise. How much did you know about it before?
I knew quite a bit about it, and I had actually met Hero previously, so I was extra excited when the kind of offer came to me because I knew that I could work alongside someone I already knew, and then I met the rest of the cast and crew, and everyone was really nice. But most importantly, the characters seemed like it could be a lot of fun. So I jumped in, and I had no idea how great the fan base was either. So kind of on all accounts, it's just been a great experience for me so far.
You're absolutely right about the fan base. So my next question is to Hero and Josephine. How much do the fans inform your performances, especially when there's a second one and you've had the feedback from the first?
I think they probably more so inform, everyone, production directors, on how to move forward, and Yeah, I think that the praise, the supportive praise helps a lot, gives you confidence in yourself. Yeah, for me, it's been nothing but supportive and kind of made it easier for me to really let loose in the role.
Yeah, I think it really helps behind the scene, you know, producers and production, everyone know which direction to go, and I think as actors, it's just your job to try and make your own choices and to make them and to be confident in them.